Question 4. The sketch below shows f and g, the graphs of fx, which is 1 over x minus 1. That would be the hyperbola. And gx is equal to ax plus q, respectively, and that would be the straight line. Points A and B lie on the graph of G. The two graphs intersect at points C and D. Line BE is drawn parallel to the y-axis with E on F. Okay, first question. Show that A is equal to 2 and Q is equal to negative 2. Now, so that refers to that A and Q in a straight line. So A, the coefficient of x, is also the gradient. Yeah? Question 4.1. So I just want to write the standard form of the equation, mx plus c. But now in this specific question, they write it as ax plus q. So it's the same, exactly the same thing, as just different letters that is being used. So to get a, we need to determine the gradient. So we use the gradient formula. Okay, so we have two sets of coordinates on that straight line, so we can determine the gradient. So we're going to say, we're going to subtract the y values from each other. So 4 minus negative 4, 4 minus negative 4, and then 3 minus negative 1, 3 minus negative 1. And that will give me 8 over 4, which is equal to 2. So there we've already shown that a is equal to 2. Right. Then to solve for q, we can now substitute. We can substitute one of the coordinates. Let's use b because it's all positive. It just makes it easier. We can substitute that coordinates into the place of x and y. And we can substitute in the gradient, which we have now. So we're going to substitute b, 3, 4, and the gradient, or a is equal to 2. So this is our starting point. Y is equal to ax plus q. So now we're going to go and substitute this y value in the place of y. So that's going to be 4. We know a is equal to 2, x is 3, and q is our only unknown. So we can solve for q. So 4, that is 6. Take over the 6, that's going to be 4 minus 6, so that's negative 2. And there we've shown that a is equal to 2 and q is equal to negative 2. Okay, 4.2. Determine the values of x for which fx is equal to gx. So again, we just equate the equations to each other now. So fx is equal to gx. Fx is equal to gx. The equation of fx is 1 over x minus 1. Equation of gx is 2x minus 2. Okay. Let's take over the negative 1 first. So that's going to be 1 over x is equal to 2x. That's going to become positive on that side, so that's negative 1. And now to get rid of this fraction, what I can do is I can multiply each term by x. That will cancel out this x in the denominator. So if I multiply this by x, that's going to leave me with 1. If I multiply that with x, that's 2x squared. Multiply that with x, that's going to give me negative x. Now I can bring that 1 over to the right, so that's 2x squared minus x minus 1. Okay, when we factorize, so because 1 is a prime number, it's just 1 times 1 is going to give me 1. That's a negative at the back, so it needs to be opposite signs. Let me just think if, so what times what gives me 2x squared can just be 2x and x. But let's just see if this now is in the right order. So 2x times x gives me the 2x squared. 2x times negative 1 will give me negative 2x. That times that is positive x. Yeah, this is correct. So what is it that they asked? Determine the values of x for which fx is. Okay, so now from here we need to solve for x. So we put each factor equal to 0. So 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0. So on this side, x will equal to, if I take over the 1, that's negative 1, and then divide by 2, so that's negative a half. And on this side, x is equal to 1. Right, 4.3. Let's see if we can get this in here. 4.3. Calculate the length of BE. So BE, I already know what that y value is over there. That's 4. So that means I need to determine the y value at E. So what I'm going to do is, because E lies on the hyperbola, what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute. So B and E will have the same x value. Yeah? So both of them will have an x value of 3. So in the place of x here, I'm going to go and substitute 3. So substitute x is equal to 3. That's y is equal to 1 over 3 minus 1. Y is equal to negative 2/3. Okay, so that is the y value at E. So that means the distance from B to the x-axis is 4 units, and from the x-axis to there is negative 2/3. So together, so therefore PE will make up 4 2/3 units. Okay, 4.4, last question of paper 1. Write down an equation H if hx is equal to fx plus 3. Hx is equal to fx plus 3. Okay, right. So actually very straightforward. So what is the equation of fx? This is the equation of fx, right? So I just go and substitute it there, 1 over x minus 1, and then I just need to add 3. So plus 3. So then I just add those two constants. So it's going to be 1 over x plus 2. As simple as that. And that's the equation of hx. Right? And that's paper 1.